Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show that shall not be named. Today's prompt is dangerous, and this is going to be the first in a series of 3 drawings that I decided are going to be science fiction themed. So I decided to draw a facehugger. You may have heard of the facehugger from such movies as Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and other alien stuff. Anyways, here I'm doing a pencil sketch. He's kind of a spider hand crabby thing. I don't know. Some craziness that H.R. Geiger came up with. And so, yeah, I'm just sketching him out, giving him a really long tail. I thought exaggerating the tail would look kind of cool. Make it whipping back and forth like that. Whipping back and forth. And then, yeah, I'm coming through and lining in the little segments here. I drew kind of a straight line for the crest, I guess, of the back of the tail, if that makes sense. And down here, I got a little confused with it. I was having a hard time, and then I was thinking about, you could draw it with belly scales like that, but I was like, this isn't a snake, it's a facehugger. It's not going to have, like, snake scales. So I just, reworked it a couple times until I figured it out. Sometimes I got to do little mental geometry gymnastics to figure out how something's supposed to look. Yeah, I'm just giving it a light erase, so I don't have to erase as much later. Here I'm coming through with the extra fine nib. And I was keeping it kind of sketchy. Decided to skip the brush pen today, keep it a little bit lighter. It still turns out pretty dark, but here I'm lining in the fingers. They're kind of like skeleton finger bones almost. He's like a cross between a skeleton hand and a spider snake kind of genital. I don't know. H.R. Geiger is pretty crazy. I was originally thinking of drawing him coming at you, but I don't want to get demonetized because their mouth parts are pretty what's that called? Yonic, I think. Oh. Made him facing away. Maybe next time. Yeah, I'm cruising through here with the extra fine, lining in all the segments, and just making sure I keep in mind which way that sort of ridge is, going. And I switch over to the fine. Start doing some hatching in the darker areas. I kind of wanted a shadow, like I was imagining he was kind of jumping toward a light. So I wanted a shadow on the back and then, like kind of coming from 2 o'clock there. I think I draw a lot of stuff with the light source at 2 o'clock, but he's also jumping towards 2 o'clock. And I was doing a little bit of cross hatching. I didn't want to get too ahead of myself, so I stopped. And then, yeah, just coming through, doing hatching with the thicker line weight, kind of in the direction of the contour hatching. I don't know if that's the technical name for it or not, but it works. Then I just ended up using the two pens, the fine and the extra fine on this one. And then, yeah, I was being careful not to put too much hatching in the upper legs and the upper part of the, I guess, thorax, torso, whatever. And then, yeah, just tiny little bits of hatching through the legs. I could probably have even done that with the thinner line later, but I wanted to get a little bit kind of everywhere, so had a, kind of give it a consistency in the line weight throughout, I guess, is the idea. Might look kind of weird if there's like thinner lines just shading part of it and then thicker lines shading a different part. Yeah, here I'm adding a peripheral line and then coming through with the coarser hatching in the shadow areas. I was imagining like I said, that light source coming from about 2 o'clock, so. The Alien movies are some of my favorite movies. So this was a lot of fun. I was initially thinking of actually doing a Xenomorph because, he's probably a little more dangerous than the Facehugger, to be honest. But I don't know. I wasn't thinking I would have enough time. I ended up screwing up a drawing before this, though, so I probably could have just done a Xenomorph in the same amount of time, assuming I didn't screw that one up. But I will be doing a Xenomorph drawing at some point. I don't know if it's going to be for the prompts or just for a separate video later or something, but I think that'd be a lot of fun. H.R. Geiger. I got into Geiger because of the Alien movies and then, the Xenomorph and all that stuff. So, kind of part of what inspired me to actually start drawing. Or maybe not start drawing, but start drawing in that style anyways. Biomechanical, surrealism, that kind of stuff. Here I'm coming through with the extra fine and doing some cross hatching over some of the hatching I've already done. And then some hatching in the highlight areas to give it a contour. But still, if you use the extra fine, it keeps it lighter. And you see you get that kind of medium tone instead of a, dark. And then, yeah, just doing cross-hatching and contour shading through the digits, the phalanges. Yeah, I try to draw these like finger bones, basically, and then I'll put like segments in between them, like cartilage or like crab leg type of things. And yeah, I added some contour lines on the back there just to kind of, break it up a little bit. I think it looked, made it look nicer. And then here I'm just going through and fine-tuning areas where the value looked a little off to me. And I decided to draw a frame around him here and do like, I don't know, just kind of a wobbly line, and then put some speed lines in here. And I would start by kind of drawing a line and in the direction of the opposite corner, and then, you know, in the center, draw a line that was in the facing towards the opposite edge, and then, you know, kind of split the difference in between them, and then draw lines, you know, basically just all kind of pointing towards the very center. But so, and I think originally I was planning on not having them radiate from the center, maybe like a little bit lower, and then putting like a horizon or a ground plane or something, but I decided to just have it kind of like almost like it's springing out of the page or something was the idea. I don't know. Like I said, I did a drawing before this, so I was kind of tired at this point. This is about almost 6 hours of drawing in, so. Yeah, I find it helps to hold the pen further back when you're doing longer hatching like this. It gives you a little more range of motion from your wrist. So if you want to get nice long lines, it comes at the sacrifice of a little bit of precision, but, you know, what are you going to do? But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on how this one turned out. Hopefully this was informative, and if it wasn't, hopefully it was entertaining. Go ahead and give me a like, a comment, a subscribe, and all that stuff if you feel so inclined. And thanks to my patrons on Patreon, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.